If your hip flexors are always feeling tight no matter what you do, I've got 2 stretches that are going to make a big difference. These 2 stretches are going to get right into your psoas muscles. These are often the overlooked but overworked muscles that can contribute to feeling tension and tightness in the hips. And all you're going to need for these 2 stretches is a broom. So I'm Bree Johnson of Heart and Bones Yoga, and let's go get it. Less is more when it comes to feeling good in your hip flexors and especially your psoas muscles. So this first stretch is going to seem really simple, but it's going to get right into the places where you need it. Now you're going to take your broom and you're going to place it into your left hand. You're going to take your right foot and step it forward, and then step your left foot back onto the floor so that your back heel is on the ground. Now, it doesn't matter how far apart your feet are. What we really want to do is maintain that, making sure that your back heel stays on the ground. So if your heel does not get easily down to the floor, you can roll up a yoga mat, stuff it underneath your heel, or you can take a couple pillows or books and place them underneath your heel for that extra support. Okay, so now we're here, and you're going to take that broom in your left hand and you're going to cross it diagonal across your body towards the right. Now, let's set that up for a moment. Really root down through your back heel. And then reach across so that you feel like you're stretching the broom across your body to the wall in front of you. Now that's it. This is the movement. But the key is this rotation and keeping your pelvis and your torso fairly still here. So again, press your back heel into the floor, root back, and then reach forward, rotate. So adding a little bit of rotation, opening the front of your hip, release and come out. Switch sides. Now bring your left foot forward, right foot back. Take the broom into your right hand. Settle your heel down onto the floor or onto the supports. Press back. So the whole front and back leg feels strong and active. And then you're going to take that broom across and in front. So you want to reach across and reach out at the same time. Slow, deep breaths. Some of us will feel a stretch here, and then others may not feel much at all. And that's okay. It doesn't matter if you're not necessarily feeling a stretch sensation. Trust that this rotation and this lengthening through the front of your body and hip flexor are going to help. Okay, release and come out of that. Now our second stretch that's going to bring this together even more. But before we go to the other side, take a moment. Wait a second. Notice how your hip flexors feel. Does it feel a little bit more light and spacious? Hopefully. So now let's bring our left foot back, right foot forward. And we're going to come more into a little bit of a lunge here. So now your back toes are tucked and the heel is off the floor, pointing to the wall behind you. So where the last version we had the heel down, now the heel is up and the toes are tucked. We want to try to keep a fairly neutral pelvis. So that's where we're going to allow the back knee to bend quite a bit and the front knee to bend quite a bit. And it'll feel like your hip points, those little knobby points at the front of your pelvis, see if they can feel like they're pointing forward. They're not pointing down, they're not pointing up, but forward. Now this is great. This is going to get right into your psoas muscles. You can feel that strength and stamina. Feel like you're still reaching that left leg back behind you a little bit. But let's add that twist. So you're going to take the block or your broom and you're going to cross it the same way out in front of you, across towards the right, gently pressing down through that broom and rotate. Your other arm can relax, it can stay on your pelvis, or you can even add a little bit of a thoracic spine twist. Release, step forward, switch sides. Now bring your right foot back, left foot forward, tucking your right toes underneath, your right heel up off the floor. Let both knees bend and maintain again, this is the key part here. Try to keep what I like to call a neutral-ish pelvis. If you can feel the hip points in your body, they're not pointing down, they're not pointing up, they're really straightforward as you can get a sense. Feel like you're reaching this back leg without tilting the pelvis. And then take your hand and the broom. So your hand is in, if your left foot is forward, your hand is on the broom with the right. You cross it out in front and across to the outside edge of your body. So a little bit of balance, strength and stability here. You're rotating. You're trying to keep that neutral pelvis. You can add your arm out to the side if that feels okay for you. Release, come out. Take a moment, come back with both feet on the floor. Notice how your pelvis feels, the front of your hip flexors, maybe even into your low back. Do a little wiggle. Now that's it, my friends. There's a lot of different ways to help support our psoas, but if you do these two twisty stretches, adding in that rotation, the straight leg version, just like so, and then the bent knee version, just like so. If you add those in a couple times a day, even once a day, every day, that's where you're going to notice the difference. That's where you're going to really start to feel a little bit more ease in those beautiful hip flexors of yours. So save this video, like, subscribe, comment, let me know how it feels in your body. And I've also linked some of our other favorite psoas release and psoas stretch videos that I have for you. So go check those out, put the love into your hips, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.